Welcome back, guys, to the Crypto Plebs channel. It's your boy Jumpman Crypto. Guys, the markets are pumping. ETH is above 4,100. We've touched, I think, close to 4,200. And the big question is, are we in alt season, guys? I know we've heard this so many times. I know a lot of you guys are probably getting really just kind of irritated with this, guys. But look, we are still in this area right here, and we have a lot more to go. I think this is the real deal, Holyfield, guys. Look, I don't want to jinx us, but ETH is obviously running up super hard. It's outperforming Bitcoin. You know, we got coins like AERO, Chronos, Athena, and a lot of these other coins. Even XRP is outperforming Bitcoin, guys. Morpho, HBAR, all the coins that we talk about all the time are doing phenomenal. And I just know that there's a lot of people, unfortunately, that are still on the sidelines. And, guys, look, it's like I told you guys over and over again that we knew that this day was coming. Swing traders and stuff like that, nothing wrong with that. Everybody has their own style. But me, there's nothing that's going to outperform just buying and holding at this moment, guys. Look, there's still a lot of coins out there that are still really much oversold. I'm not going to give any levels in here, guys. This is just a video to kind of wake you guys up, to shake the cage and let you guys know that the time is now. Guys, you need to make a decision on what you're going to do. Are you guys going to stay outside the market and continue to wait for pullbacks, or you're going to just roll up the sleeves and try to get in this market, guys? Look, I am always the person that is on the sidelines, always there when it's good and bad. Guys, we went through a lot of dips here in the KGU and Plebs channel. I was always the one in the forefront telling you guys that things would be okay. Things would be okay. I'm here and I have kept my word. A lot of influencers will tell you if we could go up, it could go down. Watch this and watch that. Look, that's just besides the point, guys. Look, of course we're going to go up or we're going to go down. No shit, Sherlock. But at the end of the day, a lot of people don't know technical analysis, and a lot of people just don't have the time to babysit the charts. Look, let's just be honest. 90% of the people that watch me are probably just people that work, have day jobs, maybe even night jobs, or maybe both. And they're just trying to make investments and they're trying to come up ahead. And with all this different information that people are being fed with the constant clickbait titles and all these different YouTubers saying so many different things that don't even line up with what they said last week, guys, ditch these clowns and stick with people that are consistent. Even if it's not me, I'm just saying, look, there's plenty of good influencers out there that have good material and that aren't just trying to get you to buy, just to buy, like, but at the same time, you do have to ask yourself, look, I mean, do you believe in crypto? Do you think that crypto is going to be the biggest, thing here in the US in the next 6 months or maybe even now? And if you don't believe in it, then hey, maybe this isn't for you. Maybe you should maybe invest in, stocks or the S&P 500, something less volatile. I don't know. But for me, guys, I've been in this market for a long time. This cycle started in 2022 and there's a lot of debate on it, but I believe that this cycle started in 2022. I've seen it all. I've been through the whole Operation Choke Point 2.0, the debanking. I've been through the SEC regulations, everything that there has been to go through, SpaceX dumping Bitcoin, all kinds of stuff, guys. And now we're here. And it seems that people are just, I don't know. I don't know if maybe it's their certain coin that they have is not pumping, or is it just, XRP is not doing anything and Ethereum is. Look, guys, the way it's always historically been, it's been Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then, the ones that fall in between from, BNB, XRP, and Solana and such. Now, this cycle has been a little bit different. Things have kind of moved around differently from other cycles. But at the end game, Ethereum will have its time. And I've been very much a supporter of ETH. I've been hearing so many people like Crypto Banter, a lot of the bigger channels, even some from Discover Crypto, the bigger channels that were just constantly bashing on ETH, saying that it was not going to have it, perform this cycle. And now, tomorrow, you will see the whole YouTube market flooded with ETH, thumbnails, and it's crazy. It's hilarious. These are the guys that are clowns, man. You guys got to understand this happens all the time. And, look, my end game is just to see you guys make money, and I don't want to see you guys miss this generational opportunity. There's no way for anybody to tell you guys when the dips are going to happen. We can use TA all we want. I'm not the best at it. I have some knowledge in it and I've done pretty well in my trades. But at the end of the day, guys, look, if you're not using leverage and you're just simply buying and holding, why are you worried about 5 to 10% pullbacks? You don't deserve 100, 200, 300% pumps if you can't handle 10%. It is what it is. And there's just no debating that, guys. So at the end of the day, you have to make a conscious decision for yourself if you are in or you're out. And if you're in, guys, you got to accept the good and the bad and you got to roll with the punches, because at the end of the day, this market is brutal and this market will punish the people that do not take the right steps to protect themselves, like leverage. If you guys are using crazy leverage, you guys already know what time it is. But like I said, man, there's a lot of great groups out there. If you're not even looking in Minds or KGU, there's a lot of great people out there, and there's a lot of great communities that want to see you guys thrive. But it just takes you to be bullish, and it takes you to believe, and it takes you to roll those sleeves up and put some money in the market. So if you have have like maybe $1,000, put in $100. If you have 10,000, put in 1,000. And if the markets pull back, you can DCA in. Another thing too, guys, is that I've seen so many people that have like 20 coins in their portfolios, about a grand. If you're spread too thin, that's not good. You want to make sure you're anywhere between 3 to 5 coins if you're around under 5K, and make sure you have a DCA dry capital bag just in case if you dip, you're able to buy the dip. I see so many people that go full all in, and these are the people that don't make money, because when the markets do dip and your crypto coin goes down, you're basically bag riding the whole way through. I've seen a lot of people make a lot of really crucial mistakes in this market. I've tried to help a lot of people, but it's just, I think it's a mental blockage that a lot of people have, is that the fear that we could keep going down stops them from putting more money into it. And I've been there before, guys. I've everything that you guys are experiencing, I've seen it all. But I'm telling you right now, this marker is still right here. When we touch here, guys, into these blue zones, you will see euphoria. You will see a lot of coins, 2x, maybe even 3x in a day. I've been here before. I know it sounds crazy, but when max euphoria hits, I'm talking about when trillions of dollars that are actually injected into the market come through, you will get notifications literally every 5 to 10 minutes. This coin's pumping. This coin's up. This coin's up. This coin's up. This coin's up. And if you have 50,000 coins, it's going to be nearly impossible for you guys to be trying to move these coins over and whatever. And, it's going to be really hard. Also, keep in mind, guys, that scams are going to be super hot right now. There's going to be a lot of people calling you. There's going to be a lot of people, trying to tell you to do this and do that, your Coinbase account and such. Guys, use your noodle. Nobody's ever going to reach out to you from these exchanges. So just be aware, guys, and be safe, because at the end of the day, if you mess this up, then you only got yourself to blame, because if you're part of our community, the fundamentals, that the do's and don'ts of crypto, what you got to do. You're staying up to date with the fear and greed index. You guys are staying up to date with what's happening in the crypto markets. You're knowing about the constant inflows in Ethereum. You guys are knowing that, XRP has got its case dropped. All these things. So at the end of the day, it just takes you guys to actually put the effort in and make the steps to make it happen, Captain. And guys, I want to take a real quick chance, to help you guys get me out there with my exchange that I use, PHEMEX. PHEMEX is where I trade cryptocurrencies, guys. You do need a VPN for this, but they have a lot of special, incentives for you guys to join on board. The links will be below. You guys can look at that and check it out. And you guys can leverage trade any of the coins that I have on my thumbnail. You guys can leverage trade Bitcoin or Ethereum. Just make sure you guys are using appropriate leverage. And then always remember, too, guys, I am just a regular old Joe Blow. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy that's made a lot of money and helped a lot of people. But just remember, I am a person. I can fail you. But it's better for you maybe to go look at your financial advisor. That way you can get nice little 7%, 10% on the year when your boys getting 200 to 300% on the year, back to back years. So guys, look, I just wanted to touch base with you guys and, look, motivate you guys to get back into the market. I see a lot of these YouTubers, they don't even sometimes post charts. They just come on here and give little pep talks and they get 10,000 views. So I figured, hey, you know what? Let me do the same. I've been working about 14 hours today and I just wanted to come on here and give you the guys the exact same thing, but with a lot more energy and a lot more, sincerity. So I hope you guys please take what I say into consideration and please make the best step for yourself. We'll talk to you guys soon. Jumpman Crypto